Alright guys, I'm going live. See you guys in like 5 minutes. Alright. Hello everyone. It's been a tough week, tough month, 3 months. It's not easy to see this happen, right? So let's just discuss how something like this happened and what are the future implications, because it's remiss to look at the past, but it's good to know what to look out for, right? Now a few things before we go. I'll be discussing a few alts after this. I'll be discussing Neo and Ethereum mainly because I'm actually looking to buy those at some point. I'm going to discuss Sia coin a little bit, technicals only as usual, right? So let's just get to it, and we're going to start with the basics. I'm going to load another chart here. Let's see. Alright, let's just use this one for now and then I'll discuss supports. Alright, from the blank view of things, right? And if this was an uptrend, this part here was an uptrend, we're at a pretty good retracement, right? Just looking at naked charts, nothing else. We've bounced nicely off the 79% fib. I had a long here that didn't hit. I had a long at 7200 that never hit. I was expecting like a small move down to the 7000 area, hopefully to catch some people off, but that never happened. For now, I am short from 8100. I'm still short. That's mainly a hedge to protect against losses, right? So I'm going to talk about why I had a short entry at that point. But from a long-term view of things, if this is an uptrend, here's a target, right? So these two targets are the things you should be looking at if this is a true uptrend. And now you're asking, why is this bullish? Why am I bullish? To answer your question, I'm not bullish at all. That there are other factors affecting my decisions, and I am still going to play this. If it goes to 7200, I'm going to play that, right? But just from a support and resistance point of view, this is a pretty good spot to enter along, because this used to be a resistance block right here, right? So let's just quickly draw that from here to here, pretty much. And this is why I was expecting a small retest of 7000. I was hoping we could make it all the way to the bottom of the area there. That didn't happen. So this is now a support block, right? And so far we're bouncing right on top of it. So what's the expectation from this point on? We're going to go to lower time frames after we just quickly discuss the daily chart by itself. So this is what it looks like. It bounced cleanly off the 78.6, very cleanly. In fact, I think there was no difference. It bounced exactly on that line, right? And I've had that line here for a while. Now, if I just remove those for a second, I'll keep that zone there, and I'll load up a different chart. On the other chart, we have a falling wedge. I'm gonna let this one load for a second. Right, so like I said, I had this chart loaded, bounced off cleanly. Actually, it missed slightly on Bitfinex by, yeah, that's not a lot, $20 or something. But in the grander scheme of things, on lower time frames, wow, this is taking a long time. You know, if I can stream live, I think this is a trading view problem. I'm streaming 1080p, looks fine. Okay, so let's just draw the whole thing again, doesn't matter. So that's my short entry. By the way, this is just a hedge, so I don't mind if it like bounces all the way to 8100. I'll be very happy closing it here. This is just to safeguard against any further loss on revenue, rather on the price of the asset. So let's just quickly draw a wedge. This is very rough, right? On lower time frames, this could have been a little bit more detailed, which it was on that chart. Oh, nice, it loaded. Cool. So where have we bounced, and where's the price right now? The price broke below the falling wedge, but it's now pulling back into the falling wedge, and this simply means nothing so far, because apart from the obvious daily bullish divergence that we're going to have if there's a green candle here, this is normal behavior. It's a reaction to a huge drop to the downside. Check. Okay. So far, what we are seeing is, let's see, where's this bottom from? From here to here, there's a very clear bullish divergence, and this isn't confirmed yet because there hasn't been a recross on the stock RSI, right? And I'm going to load up the RSI to see if it has one too. Let's see. Not so much. Cool, let's just watch. I think this was a bullish divergence though, from here to here. So there's one on the stock RSI, but there's no real bullish divergence on the RSI. Just keep this in mind as we go. Right. So there's a bullish divergence on the daily. Fair enough. And there's a falling wedge, right? So what's the typical case with falling wedges? What's the target? So the target for falling wedges is as follows. Whatever point is the apex, let's consider the apex to be 7300, and it's usually to the top all the way, right? This is considered an up move for falling wedge. Anything above that is a bonus. Usually your entries are once it crosses pretty much the previous swing within the falling wedge. So this level, pretty much 8600, is a good long all the way to 11,800 if this is truly a falling wedge. right? So these are the bullish cases pretty much. There's nothing else from a bullish perspective. There's a fib support here where it bounced, and there is a falling wedge. That's it. And there's some oh, this is 12 hours, by the way. Okay, this is not the daily. So there are bullish divergences on lower time frames, 6 hour, 4 hour. I remember seeing it on the 6 hour very clearly. Let's see. This is taking a long time. Yeah, that's very clearly a bullish divergence on the 6 hour. Couldn't have been a bigger one. For this to close a bullish divergence, it would have to rally above this area, 76.50 roughly, and have a 6 hour close there, right? And that would create a very clear bullish divergence on the 4 hour, on the 6 hour, like so. This is called a hidden bullish divergence. Now, that's bullish, fair enough. So what's the bear here, Hitesh? Why is everybody so sad, right? So let me remind you of something, that the market has a tendency to behave like a herd. And usually there are indicators matching towards it, obviously. Why else would people be bearish if the market wasn't bearish? Fair enough. But there are a few disagreeing facts here, right? So these are the bullish cases: lower time frames, bull divergences, falling wedge, some buy support in this area, and the obvious fib support, right? What's to the contradictory? Okay, moving averages and the Ichimoku. So there are two moving averages in this regard. This is considered the gold standard, so-called gold standard for trading. That if there is a death cross, right, which means that the 50 period moving average crosses below the 200 period moving average. This can happen on any time frame. This indicates that there is going to be bearish continuation, and that if the incoming trend was bearish, the outgoing trend will also be bearish. Usually what you expect is, as per crosses happen, you see a retest of the cross and then continuation to the downside. So it'll look something like we'll come to retest around 9200 and then continue downwards, right? Should that happen. So this area, the green zone I've just highlighted, is supposed to be strong support for now, right? If this breaks, the nearest strong support is 5000. So I'm going to just mark this area. This is a very rough line. Just mark it at 5000. That's going to be an obvious support, right? And the support after that is a weak support at this level, which is roughly 4300. There is some other support at 4800. This comes from a run somewhere here or a few fib targets, right? But for now, I think 5000 is pretty much my target if this should break to the downside. The second very bearish thing is this. So if you observe what happened, right, we had a rejection of the Kijun on the daily, and this is something a lot of people have discussed. So two rejections, and just keep this in mind that on the cloud, the Kijun was the ideal point of entry, right, for any trades. So if you're in a bearish trend, the price is below the cloud, your smartest shot is right here. I happened to catch this one and I exited at this level, right? And this was, I think it was a members call. Code Hanged Luke caught this one. A lot of other people were online, so they'll probably vouch for that. But what I was not expecting was a breakdown of this level, right? And where's 8600? Let's see, right? I was not expecting a breakdown of this level either, because this level was supposed to be extremely strong support, 8650 area, right? And it did bounce there, which I liked, but I posted a chart again on Discord. Hang on. So that chart was basically saying that if it breaks down below 8600, we should be expecting a newer low, right? And the only thing standing against that was the fib, which it has bounced at for now. So let's assume for 1 second that I don't know about the fib, right? I don't know about these bullish circumstances. I ignore the falling wedge. Purely from a technical point of view, when the Kijun catches up to the price, it means that the equilibrium was reached in the bearish manner, right? That the price is pulling the Kijun and that the trend is strong enough to do that, right? What this simply means is that in the easiest sense, the understanding is that when a bullish cross followed by a bearish cross happens, this is when equilibrium has been reached and is continuing now. So this is ideally where you would re-enter a short on the daily chart, because there's been a recross. Keep in mind that this can keep recrossing again and again, right? There could be some consolidation here that leads to this crisscrossing for a long time. But purely from a technical perspective, this is a bearish TK cross below the cloud. This is one of the strongest cloud sell signals that there is, right? So you should be looking, if anything, a bounce to the downside, like a small dead cat up and then probably a retest of 8600, right? And then there's the death cross. So death cross is pretty much by itself a very ominous indicator that the trend is completely finished, right? And from an entry point of view, the golden cross happened back in this could load a little bit faster. Yeah, TradingView is being a little annoying today. Alright, let's just assume it was at $500. So the bull trend started at 500 or so, and the death cross is happening here. So this is very close your long and open a short. So that's so the bullish perspective is that there's a falling wedge and there's a fib and it has a target that's pretty high. There's a falling wedge, right? And there is some buy support here. That's the bullish case. The bearish case is the moving averages and the death cross, and the TK bearish cross on the daily chart, right? And here's why you shouldn't be concerned. So let's assume a few things now. First off, if you wanted to short, right? Keep this in mind, though I deliberately called a short at this level several times. Hang on. And let's just quickly talk about dojis. So if you see this particular candle at the top, this almost closed a doji, which convinced me that there was some indecision at this price, right? I placed a red line below it and I called it to everybody. You know what? If this breaks, just short, breakout shorted. You don't really have an option. And from there on, it was pretty straightforward. Like the downtrend was obvious, right? But if you see the previous high candle, you draw it. It was a perfect rejection nearly of the 80% level, right? 82% level. Oh boy, there are a lot of people in the chat today. Notifications are blowing up. Oh yeah, they are. Okay then. Now, oh, by the way, on the lower time frame, there has been a 4-hour close below the falling wedge. So just be a little careful here. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all. So from a bearish point of view, right? If you were to enter a short, where would you do that? You'd do that as close to 7,700 as possible, and you'd probably hold it all the way down, right? But I think in the process of trying to shake people out, we'll probably make it to 8,000 again. So yeah, that's about it on Bitcoin. That's the long-term view is still bullish. There's not much of a change. I think this is just a market cycle. It's supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be painful. It's supposed to be harsh. Most importantly, it's supposed to make you sell, right? But in the longer scheme of things, this will not matter. So I highly recommend you, if you think you're not a good trader, that's fine. There's nothing to be sad about. Either you can go to Tether or short it. I don't recommend going to Tether. I recommend shorting it instead. Slightly safer. Safer than being in Tether anyway. If you're a slightly advanced trader, I recommend you start buying stuff, because this is where people start buying. So since we're done with Bitcoin, right, I'm going to open a few charts now. Hang on. So the first chart I'm going to open is NEO. Let's see. Yeah, I'm using two browsers. Kill me. This is Bitcoin. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, so it's easy on your eyes. I'm switching to white. It sounds racist. It's not. I'm brown. Okay, so yeah, that's a pretty good bounce, and I love that I called this. What I'm not proud about is how it's bouncing. So what I want to see is, oh, by the way, I'm holding NEO right now. I bought at 62. It went that low on some exchanges, on Bittrex specifically. I'm gonna see what happens when it bounces even further. For now, this is still my target, 0.0057 for NEO, right? And for people that thought that this wouldn't happen, congratulations, it just did. And you only have yourselves to blame, by the way. This was a capitulation candle, very obvious one, like huge amount of sells and a bigger amount of buys, right? So yeah, I think NEO is bouncing. That's a good green candle in my opinion. Going to look at Ethereum now. Also, if you want to just, I already have linked the NEO chart several times. So, like, if you want me to remind you very quickly, why is this chart empty? Okay, I'll look at Ardor, ADR, I'll look at it. Ethereum is also bouncing. Not a lot of buys, but good enough. Yeah, there's no chart here. Cool. This was just a quick chart I made a few days ago on Ethereum. I've made some alt calls already. SNT was one call I made. Siacoin is a good call I've made. It's already on TradingView and Telegram. So yeah, this is my buy target for for Ethereum, and it's on its way there. I think it'll get to like 0.059 area. 0.0564 is a pretty good buy from like a long term perspective. I'm talking 2 or 3 years, because that's like about $450 or so, probably lower. What's Ethereum at? Ethereum is at 497. So yeah, $450 to $400 is a good buy on Ethereum in terms of dollars. In terms of Bitcoin, it's roughly this much, 517. Yeah. So that's about it for Neo and Ethereum. There's not much of an update. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm just keeping this in mind, that, and this is important for you, that this is where people try to panic, right? Where people tend to panic. And I've been through this 4 times if you count this particular dump. Like the 3rd time was the dump to 6,000 from 20,000, right? And I haven't panic sold. I haven't panic bought. I haven't done anything panic. So I recommend that you do that. It feels really good. It's going to make you a stronger trader, right? Strong hands. I'm not saying hold. I'm saying have some confidence in your technical analysis. It's going to pay off long term. And the best way to do it is to get feedback from people that actually do technical analysis, right? So with that, at this point, all technical analysis about BTC is done. If you have any questions, just tag me on Discord and I'll answer those directly. Keep in mind that the stream is slightly delayed, about 30 seconds, right? So I'll probably get to your question right after. You can tag me in either Veterans Launch on Trade Traders or Trade Traders, and I'll get to your questions. In the meantime, I'm going to continue with my list. I have a huge list of alts that I'm supposed to chart. If you want this link, you can get it. It's view only for now. I'll probably add it in the description. Okay. Yeah, I just yep, I've added it there on YouTube. So whenever those stream is done, it should just show up in the description, or you can get it from me or anybody else in the 1x Discord, right? Yeah, I'm not charting Tron, by the way. I'm going to open the chart, just about that much. Okay, let's see. Tron. I think I said there's nothing to chart about this one, and I think I'm still right, so I'm going to move on. Let's see, what else? I should probably be charting on my own account. That one is Arthur's account, if you didn't catch the display picture. Okay, there are a few questions. Let's see. You love my stream. Shout out to Gloom. This guy is a pro coder, not a pro trader. Don't take his advice. But yeah, PVA, thanks for listening in. Appreciate it. You know, I hate it when Bitcoin bounces at supports. It's supposed to just crash and then go up, right? If you were to do that, that'd be nice. Good. If we're done shit posting, we can start trading. Let's see. Light. Yes. Okay. Background. I really hate the vertical and horizontal lines. I don't recommend them. By the way, the indicator you see on this chart is something that I've made in my free time. It'll be in the 1x suit soon, and we plan to make it a subscription based release. So if you want it, you can have it, right? And this falling wedge is not accurate for some reason. I think, yeah, something's off there. Right, so what's next? Tron's done. We have SafeX. What's the... So the reason I'm starting to Google it is because I couldn't find the Bitcoin pair for some reason. So I'm just going to open this one right here. Shout out to my friend Faid. He's an idiot, doesn't know how to trade. I'm not offline. Okay, let's see. All right. Yeah, there is no CFX chart, so I can't chart that either. IOTA. This one I've heard of a fair bit. Hold on, I just gotta reset some settings so that my internet works a bit faster. Okay. Okay. All right, good to go. So this is IOTA. This is the 4-hour chart. There's a bit more to look at. I think also bouncing. That's a good sign. Have I charted IOTA before? Let's see. Also, just a disclaimer, a very quick one. I don't recommend buying alts as of this point because they might not have dumped fully. An ideal reversal is a good buy. What the hell? What happened to my fibs? Oh, damn. Okay, let's try this. Still looks bad. How about this? Good enough. And the fib's the wrong way around. Great. Let's see. Almost, this is about an 80% retracement. It's a good buy, but I'd wait for a bit, like a confirmation above this level, right, is a pretty good confirmation. Means that the trend has definitely changed, right? And on lower time frames, this would look like an inverse head and shoulders or something on the lower time frames. Plus, oh damn, I missed this volume coming in. This was a capitulation right here. A lot of selling followed by some panic buying here. This is like 10% worth of panic buying. Not really worth looking at though. A confirmed buy should be above the green level. While I try to buy bottoms, I don't recommend it. It's very risky. I think my fibs are off for some reason. Oh, there we go. Okay, that makes a lot of sense now. Right, so this is not the level you should be buying at. Anything above this is fine. This is within the optimal trade entry. I'm going to turn on the 88% fib. There we go. So like it could go this far down, and the next support is at this level where it bounced, followed by right here. So this is about 90%, right? It probably won't go that low. 90% is extending things a little bit. So yeah, that's about it for IOTA. There's no further discussion here. Could look at the cloud, but like I think this is enough for now. The cloud is probably still bearish. You know what, let's look at the cloud. It could be piercing the 4-hour cloud. Too many indicators, too little time. So I'm trying to get into some high frequency trading, quantitative trading this month. Probably going to complete it by April. So you can expect me to make a lot more bots and indicators and stuff going forward. It got rejected cleanly off the 4-hour cloud, but the cloud is going flat. I expect this is a reaction to this movement. So I think we'll see a bit of a retrace. How far? if you want to buy the dip right here, I think a 50% level buy is pretty good. Or oh, this flip is, oh god, I hate this. Okay, oh, they were reversed. Well, it's stupid anyway. Any buys here followed by here should be okay, right? And we're having a bit of a retrace right now, so what you should expect is a pullback in this manner down to these levels, followed by move to the upside, and oh, we have to plot the move to the upside. So yeah, that's probably the first take profit in the case of IOTA, followed by why are there no extensions? Have I given my account to somebody? Because these fibs look resetted. Okay, 414, 1618. That's, oh sorry, yeah, this is the one I use. So I think this is the 150% level. This is a good take profit. When it bounces, I'm going to make this arrow green because it's going up, right? If you want to take profit a little bit early, I recommend taking profit right here, right at this level. So I'm not going to draw any boxes and stuff because I want to do this as fast as possible. Try to keep this video under 1 hour. So yeah, if you want to like buy it there, sell it here at this level, 70%, 70.5% area, right? So that's about it for IOTA. Long term, it still looks like it's had its retracement. You can like buy the retracement and then hold it if you want to. Could go all the way up, right? You need to keep this in mind that if Bitcoin is making moves, things tend to like fall apart a little bit. Let's load up a different chart. Okay, so the next alt on our list, I'll just post an idea. If you want to buy a Lambo, I recommend not buying a Lambo at all. Save your money, buy Bitcoin. It's the smartest possible move. Okay. So that's IOTA. What's next? We've got to copy paste this link really quick and done. So the people that requested IOTA, there you go. ENG. This is gonna hurt people. I'm just kidding. I may not be kidding. Life is a roller coaster. Get used to it. Oh boy. What happened here? This looks bad. Okay, the chart isn't loading, but like the 4-hour has a bull diversion. Let's see. Yeah. I called an ENG play. Like, you see these arrows? That was a call from before this chart. Hang on. Might as well bookmark this particular. ENG, let's see. So I called this play a few days earlier. I was not like, I expected the pull like a breakout. I did not long this. I didn't buy it at any point. What I wanted to see was this level holding right here. Let's convert these flips to black. Right, So you can see that it's made it all the way to the target and it bounced exactly there. I like fibs for this reason, right? So I call this play pretty much like this, right? So it got rejected of the 4-hour cloud. Oh, it got rejected of the 4-hour keychain, my bad. And then it never stopped dumping. So I think this is capitulation, but I don't see buy volume. And this is really bad. Like, there should be huge buy volume here, which has now forced me to remove all of this and go to the daily chart or something. Better yet, let's try to draw some fibs. Close to close. Alright, so if we breach this level right here, this is an optimal trade entry level. If we breach this level, the next target is 88%, but it's not supposed to bounce there. That's a completely arbitrary level that I've made up, right? Yeah, this is not good. Not good at all. Looks really sad. I wouldn't buy McLaren either. I'm personally more of a utility vehicle kind of guy. I prefer, like, if I have to drive fast, I'd rather go to a race course and then drive somebody else's vehicle, as in like a rented vehicle instead of my own. I want to ruin my car because I like to drive my car, take it like on long drives and stuff. So, okay, yeah, a lot of information there. This could be a reversal doji. There's a small possibility on the 4-hour charts, but yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know. It looks really bad. So I know I called a buy between this level. In retrospect, that is not working out. Your stop loss should be somewhere in this region if you haven't already stopped yourself out manually. And I hope we do not have a lot of money in ENG. We shouldn't really have a lot of money in alts to begin with. But yeah, be careful is all I'll say. Let's see. I think ENG has some explaining to do. So there's no update on ENG right now. I'm going to just copy paste my older chart. That's about it. Do I haven't heard of this one. I think it's not on. No, it's not. So I can't really chart this. I'm really sorry, whoever put it there. Right, ZRX again. I think I saw an accumulation chart on ZRX on Twitter. Let's see if I can replicate that. Let's pick Binance. You know what, I want to go dumpster diving on some coins. Keep in mind that the best coins, they'll hold some of their value. They won't dump like this. So the fact that some of these coins are breaking support, and I'm sorry ENG holders, I'm really sorry. But you know, if things work against you, they work against you. You can't really do anything about it, right? But ZRX is not looking bad yet. It's at the lower bound and it's had a bit of a bounce. Good buy volume. It's decent, not too bad, right? And it's increasing in buy volume, so just keep that in mind, right? There's your buy volume that's increasing continuously. So this is also represented by the obvious bullish divergence and a bearish divergence. So like this right here is a bearish divergence. Let's see, this is a lower followed by higher. Oh no, in that case that's not a bearish divergence. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's not a bearish divergence. So this is a bullish divergence on ZRX. I think it's a good buy right now. And your stop loss should be at this level. So your trade would look something like this. Buy here, sell somewhere here. I'm not calling a particular target. It's not the smartest idea right now. Yeah, like this. Keep in mind that I'm not, like, apart from Neo and Ethereum, I'm not buying any other alts at this point. Not convinced. So if you want to actually look for a moon plan, this is the good area. This is the ideal area where you want to sell. 0.000147. I'm going to mark this real quick. There you go. I'm going to post these charts on Telegram anyway. So like, if you're getting bored, you don't have to see this. It's okay. If you want to see how I chart though, that's how I do it. You know what? Let's try the indicator that I made real quick on this. So this works on all time frames. Should call sells right at the top and bottom. Yeah, it won't call a sell at the bottom. It will call a buy in an uptrend on the bottom, like this. Usually what happens is on this indicator, something like this, when a new trend is starting, the indicator doesn't see that, and the initial pump, it will make you sell into that. So you'll probably have to buy on the way up. It's not the smartest idea, but yeah. Like, you should be very well aware of technicals and fundamentals if you're a trader, right? So this is supposed to just accentuate your own trading. Doesn't look too bad. So 0x is a good buy right now. But yeah, it's completely your call. I'm not buying 0x myself. I'm not confident enough in the market to start getting into any more odd positions. So yeah, I think I'll end the video here for now. Other charting I'll be doing on the Discord itself. So thanks for watching in, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Tag me as usual. You know what to do. And have a nice day.